Speaking of muzzling people, we do have the finance minister of our country, CHRYSTIA Freeland, on with us. CHRYSTIA, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How is the family these days?
Hi, thank you so much for having me on your show. Everybody's doing great. We canceled Disney Plus recently, so we've been saving a lot of money and really just, fitting in with the rest of the middle class in the country. It's been great.
How does it feel to be normal now that you canceled your Disney Plus?
It's a real struggle. When I'm at Whole Foods, I look at the prices. It doesn't really impact my spending habits because I'm worth millions of dollars, but it really does shock me sometimes, the prices that you see at the grocery store. And yeah, my church has a food bank. It's just horrible what you see in this country right now.
Gee, and are you donating to the food bank actively, or is that something you're just letting the church take care of?
That's really, I'm very busy, focused on climate change and saving the country and the globe as a whole. And I don't really have time to help out with food banks, but we definitely have a great system in my church. And I like to talk about it because I need people to know that I go to church and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I do have to say, CHRYSTIA, it's so great that you were able to take time knowing how busy you are and knowing how you've been giving press conferences recently too. I thought it was incredible that Justin Trudeau was so willing to cowardly run away and give you the mic to really discuss the most latest ruling coming out of the Supreme Court of Canada. What are your thoughts on that? I know you have said that you wanted to challenge it, but I was wondering if you could maybe give us more detail.
Well, I'd like to start by saying I absolutely respect the Canadian judicial system. But what I really mean by that is that I have no respect for the Canadian judicial system, and we plan to appeal the result. There is no way that we will allow this decision to be upheld. We will stop at nothing to end peaceful protests. Let me be clear.
Yeah. Do you think that you would even go as far as freeze the bank accounts of those Supreme Court justices, maybe?
I'll freeze any bank account that I have to. I practice freezing bank accounts every day.
Oh, gee.
I'm ready.
All set. I guess speaking of being ready to seize funds that aren't yours, you really come as an advocate for the new digital sales tax, and which you're pretty much set for really any tax because you're taking money that's not yours. What was the difference the DST versus the HST? You know that the HST exists, right? That you're already taxing 15% for people.
Thank you for your question. Let me be clear. I will have an ST on every letter of the alphabet by the time I'm done with this place. We will have to start creating new letters for our alphabet just so that I can make more sales tax to put on the end of them. I promise you that.
Gee, wow, you're really sticking to your guns here. And that's, I'm guessing the goal is because you really want to give back to the people of Canada. Is that correct?
Of course, always. Anything to generate revenue for the middle class and those working hard to join it. My focus is always on supporting the middle class. And the way that we do that is tax them more and more. That is the only way that they can thrive.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, I have to respect that tenacity and that dedication to the taxes that you've listed out there, and to actually add more alphabet to have more tax. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I think that was really, really well said. And I think that you're completely right. That is the only way forward.
Absolutely. And
yes, I'm glad that we agree. I'm glad that we agree on that.
Gee, wow, you're really on it today. We'll kind of finish off with this question: what is your favorite electric vehicle?
That's a great question. And I would really have to say that I am in full support of every electric vehicle on the market, with the exception of Tesla. I do not support Tesla. I do not support Elon Musk. He is a threat to democracy. He is a threat to free speech. He is a threat to the entire world. And all I can say is electric vehicles are the most important thing right now in the country, as long as you don't buy a Tesla.
Got it. So I'll kind of follow up with this question then. Is, do you prefer your cobalt mined by Indonesian children or Congolese children?
It really doesn't matter to me. I think they're both great. I think that Canadian children could really learn a lesson in hard work. And I would love to see Canadian children mining cobalt. I think that it would be a great revenue generator. I absolutely would love to see Canadian children working harder instead of, playing on playgrounds. What's that all about?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess my last question for you, Chrissy, is, there's been a lot of calls for Justin Trudeau to step down. Do you think that you'd be ready to take the helm and step in his place if that was to happen?
You know what? I truly believe that there is no better leader than Justin Trudeau. The only way that I would step in as a leader is if my chosen leader chose me. And in that case, it would be an honor.
Well, thank you so much for that. That was insightful.
Absolutely. And there was actually, speaking of, there was something that kind of came on the whim this week, which is very recent. I actually want to get the question out for you. Is there's been murmurs of your party, Justin Trudeau, working with Jagmeet Singh of the NDP party, trying to change up some election laws. What's your take on that? What do you want to see happen there?
Look, that's a great question. And that's definitely a question that Canadians would like the answer to. Let me start by saying all good systems need an update once in a while. We need to ensure that they're still doing exactly what the Liberal Party needs them to do, and that is win elections. And whatever we need to do, even if that means making new rules, we will do it. We cannot let the Conservatives ruin our plans for a green economy.
All right.
Was I crystal clear on that?
Very crystal clear that you want to make sure that the election system favors you, is what I understood.
You were Chrissy clear.
Yes, of course.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out for us lowly people. Giving you so generously to us really means the world. Thank you so much for this time.
Well, I need you guys to spread my propaganda, so I appreciate your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.